Sharon Kay. She's a pioneer. She's a mentor. She's my soul sister. She's a radio veteran. She's someone I look up to and I admire. And she's someone who's a wealth of knowledge, a lot of fun, and someone I definitely just appreciate just for being who she is, especially in the industry, and being a woman in radio, and a woman who's resilient. Her being at WFSK on the campus of Fisk University, Jazzy 88, she has been a trailblazer. She's been one of the ones that has definitely preserved contemporary jazz and also introduced others to contemporary jazz and given it a spotlight. And not only at that station has she been like the integral part in making people aware of great music, but she has become a staple in the community and in the jazz industry. So she's definitely a trailblazer. She's a pioneer. As I said, she's a trendsetter, and she's someone that you need to know. We have a lot of fun, and it's, in her words, it's always a funky good time. So we're on the campus of Fisk University, and we are inside of the office of the legendary, is that okay?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Miss Sharon Kay of WFSK, contemporary jazz radio station.
Yes.
Yeah.
Smooth and contemporary.
Smooth.
Oh, and contemporary.
And contemporary jazz.
Yes. This is how we do it.
And when I tell you that Sharon turns up, forget the smooth and contemporary jazz, she turns up like hip-hop turn up. And it's so cool that I get a chance to sit and talk to a legend and say, what's up, girl? So
what's up?
What's up? So Sharon, let's first dive into WFSK and just kind of tell us the history and what you do here and who you are here in Nashville in the community and at Fisk.
First, thank you for thinking of me in this capacity.
Oh, yeah.
I remind my children all the time that, you're living with, no, I'm just kidding. I don't tell them at all. They be like, they don't take me serious anymore because I've done so many jokes with them. They're like, Mama, please stop. But they, we were poor, and because in this business, you don't make a lot of money. And so I had to keep the children entertained. So Mama did jokes all the time because sometimes I didn't have things that they wanted. So I tried to do jokes, except for when it was time to eat.
Right.
Nothing was funny at that time.
Right.
Okay. So this industry has been rough, but I've been in it almost 40 years.
Oh, man.
2018 is my 40th year behind the mic.
Are you serious?
Yes. I've been in Nashville media for 30 years, but I've been in the media for almost 40. I had worked at the station in Kansas, in Topeka, Kansas, at Ren Radio before I came here. And before that, I was had a DJ business back in the late 70s, and that's how I met one of my husbands.
Wiki.
Yes. Oh, there was no wiki. We wasn't scratching up our records on it. No, that's y'all.
Okay.
Okay. we had to work hard to get our $3.99 to buy a 14-inch or to buy an album because we played the real deal.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't scratching my stuff, honey. Not me. And matter of fact, that was one of the reasons why I didn't want to go further in it when they began the scratching, because I cherished my music so much that I was not, no. And I still have some of those same albums now.
Oh, wow.
The original classics that you all call classic today, when they were first coming out. So I got an early start when it was wax. It really was wax.
It was wax, yeah.
And we really did play albums.
Yeah.
And those long versions and those long songs. And people would dance and, be in the club. And I was always live and had this personality, and we had the light show, and you talk about turn up, baby.
Yeah.
We put the T in turn up from the old school days. And that was then. And so I did that for a long time, and that's actually how I met one of my husbands.
Okay.
And that's you weren't expecting that, was you? But I did. I met him in the late '70s, and we have a son who's 38.
Okay.
He passed a few years ago, but he was a DJ, a local DJ in Topeka, Kansas, and that was when I got my start.
Okay.
And I wanted to do this thing because I had seen this club DJ, and he was boring. And he sat in this big chair, and all he would do all night is say, work. He laid the mic back down, and I would be like, work? That's it? And you getting paid? Oh, life's about to change for me. So, and I'm not like that. I'm a high energy person. And that's, it was late 70s. There was a lot of hot music coming out. So I'm like, work, is that it? I mean, that's all we're going to get out of you all night? And we in here shiny and looking all good in our gold LA outfits. And that's all you say is every 20 minutes is work? And they paying you? So I couldn't believe it. So I from that point, I went in, all in. And I had a personality. I knew how to make people laugh because I did that growing up. And when I was a little girl, my granny, when I was 6, gave me a crank record player. So I always had a desire. Yeah. And I used to play records.
It was in you.
Yeah, from a kid. I've been an entertainer. I used to entertain my neighborhood. But I used to play records for my neighborhood kids, so it wasn't a strange thing for me. It was almost like it was natural progression.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I wanted to be professional. I didn't want to just do clubs only. I wanted to be in the media. I wanted to make a difference. So when I got into broadcasting, I learned that there's a lot to this. A lot. And I wanted to make it a career at that point. But it was also at that point, and really around the early 80, 81, when the industry started to change.
Yeah.
And my mentor, who actually was my boss at the time, he told me, he said, Sharon, I want you to consider becoming a news person or a talk show host. And my imagination wasn't there then, because I was just happy to play records, And I said, well, I was young, very young and dumb. I was in my early 20s. And I didn't understand the business side. All I knew was I wanted to do this because this is what I want to do. And I would do it for free, and I would do it and work all the time. And you never have any problems out of me. It was almost like dope,
And you discovered your purpose and your passion and didn't even know it.
Well, and I stepped right in it. I mean, this person said this to me.
Yeah.
And I said, I guess God has been good to me in that at certain points in my life, I have, people say voice or whatever you call it. But it's like, this is one of them things that you need to pay attention to. Sometimes you have to have that happen to you.
Right.
And he might be telling you something that's going to help you. And I was like, and I started to resist it. And I said, well, why would you say that? I'm like, I laughed because I was like, I couldn't see myself doing anything but playing records. He said, this industry is about to change so dramatically that they can get a machine to play records for you. And I couldn't, my imagination wouldn't even let me conceive that. Because that was before automation. He was talking about automation. So this is when we were moving from one technology to another. Before you used to have live people.
Right. Or
you would go off the air.
Right.
Those days are way, way gone. But he was preparing me for what the future was going to be for our industry. And I'm so glad he did. So from there, I learned, I said, well, I need to open up, if I want to have multiple streams of income. I mean, I'm really thinking like this, because I have to take care of my kids. Then I need to learn some of these other things. Because as he said that, I began to see change come. I began to see cart machines come in. And then I began to hear about all these dreaded things that were happening.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, big corporate up there has created automation. And when automation came, it just wiped out,
A lot of
Yeah, so DJs were no longer important to the station.
Right.
I had a skill set to fall back on. Actually, I had two. I had my news and my talk ability. So I had a talk show. I'm doing news. I was doing a multi-level approach. I did public affairs, public service. I did news. I worked with the community, and I created a talk show. And all this was in the first 5 years of my radio career.
Oh wow!
Right. So,
Wow.
and it was just the timing of it, and it was open to receive it,
Right.
because that's what hurts our community a lot.
Mhm.
People, when you're getting a blessing, you know, be open to receive it, because sometimes people drop stuff on you that can bless you in such a way to send you on the right path.
Mhm.
But we so resistant because I don't like you because, and who cares about all that?
Mhm.
Okay, this man who, my program director, his name was Dick Ward, Fatherling. He was big time in Kansas City. He was the Billboard Personality of the Year, national, in 1983. And who am I to not listen to him?
Right.
Okay, but anyway, when he was in Kansas as the PD, he was a staunch Republican. I'm working at a staunch Republican-owned radio station with the elder statesman of the Republican Party. His daughter was a Republican senator. And yes, I mean, I'm the only black person there too, by the way.
You were all the way in.
I was in. I was the only black person working the station, except for the janitor and his family at night.
Uh-huh.
I was the only personality, black. So I had a choice at that point. Either I could say, I don't like your party politics, I don't like all this, stuff you be talking about, or I can absorb this knowledge and this information that this person is giving me.
Mhm.
And I chose to absorb. And it was the smartest thing I ever did. Because he set me on a career path that is prepared me for where I am right now. He taught me how to do things. I knew the laws, all the FCC laws and regulations, because there's full of that.
Mhm.
Most people don't know. When I got to this
Yeah.
station, they didn't know anything about
Yeah.
regulation. Girl, they like,
Right.
rules, what you talking about rules? I'm like, rules, like you can go to jail. Okay, it's real. So, but I went around the woods to get the long story. All of that I learned over all those years prepared me for what I do today as the general manager. WFSK is 44 years old and is the first black FM in Nashville.
Mm.
So prior, the black community had listened to everything on mono, on AM.
Mhm.
So this was important, and the students did it with the help from the faculty and staff.
Mhm.
But the students were the ones that put this station together and worked on it. And for me, I saw that as the ultimate success story. And I was not going to let their work and the legacy, and I know Nashville is a big civil rights city too,
Mhm.
I'm not going to let that get poo-pooed away.
Right.
We're going to tell this story here.
Right.
And we're going to fix it up and pretty it up and clean it up and make it beautiful so the community can be proud of it.
Mhm.
So I guess all my career, I worked for being at a place like this. Had I not gone through all this stuff in corporate land and been, through all the changes and, just a lot of nights of working night shift and, doing crazy things, I probably couldn't have done this job because I wouldn't understand
Right.
how
What it
important,
takes.
the
Yeah.
significance.
Right.
And Fisk University is 151 years old, and it's still standing. Amen. And it's black owned and operated, and we're one of the nation's oldest, not the oldest, but one of the nation's oldest historically black colleges and universities.
Mhm.
So it's a privilege to me to be here.
Mhm.
I'm not going to be somewhere like this and be shamed
Right.
and embarrassed,
Right.
because that ain't how I was raised.
Right.
So for me, excuse me, for me, it was important for the restoration process to begin.
Mhm.
The station was in terrible condition when I got here.
Mm.
It was broke. Everything in it was broke. It was dirty. It was nasty. And that was not going to stop me. University selected me. They let me see it before I said yes. And I said, I'm a builder person anyway with my hands.
Right.
So I was like, I'm up for the challenge. So here's what I need y'all to do. I'm gonna come up here with my t-shirt and my shorts on, and we get ready to make a change happen. So the change was immediate.
Mm-hmm.
The first day I came, we started cleaning up and opening up all the doors and all the windows. And I called my band of preachers and told them to get the extra heavy strength of holy oil and bring it up here, because we're gonna holy oil up this place. And I had a team of about 3 or 4 preachers, and they anointed the whole, all doors, everything, from top to bottom. That's how we started.
So that speaks of everything that Rhythmic is all about. Life, success, faith, and the music that we love.
Well, and let me say success, may I please speak on that? Because
definitely.
people get that word twisted.
They do.
It has nothing to do with your checking account.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
It is not just measured by that. That is a man-made proposition. Okay? I'm still standing in 40 years in this business. And there's a few millionaires I could call up. They might say, who? But they know me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let me have to call out some stuff on you, because you know I know where the bodies is buried. Oh, Sharon Kay, oh, let her in here. Okay, now. But my point is that the success that I have is because I view it as a different level.
Right.
I am alive and kicking. I'm still on the air. I'm still relevant. You know, to me, that says a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I am involved in a lot of activities and doing a lot of things people wish for.
Yeah, definitely.
And, you know, to see, you know, that come back, you know, in terms of people like you that recognize, you know, I love you because you can recognize. I'm around people all the time that just act like they don't even know. And I'm like, you've been seeing me for 25 years. What you mean? And what I've learned is that they're lying.
Right.
When you get grown, you can discern. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, you just lying. So I just leave you, you know, where you are. But the success I have is from, not from money. My family is doing well. They're successful in their jobs. My grandkids are doing well. Got, you know, several graduated from college, and you know, so, and I can call my name in the community, and people don't say, oh, I mean, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
And university saw me as an asset. That's good.
And you have a legacy that will continue to live on, and no one can take that from you.
They're not going to, because you know what? I'm one of these kind of people. Girl, I'm documenting my own stuff, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust this to nobody. I told my kids, I said, now, don't think this is morbid. I told them this about 10 years ago. But I have every single thing I've ever done in folders and files.
Oh, wow.
Because I want my story told correctly.
Right.
So I figure I can't trust nobody else to do this. Y'all gonna be grieving, oh, mama gone. I said, but our mama is going to, you know, mama likes productions, and I like good productions. So when my story gets told, I don't want y'all saying, I think this is what she did.
Go to that folder.
There it is.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
So, and then I also have it on my website. There's a lot of stuff up there now. Because I want people to just make up stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now, get the real. And today people seek truth today like never before.
Oh, yeah.
So you're gonna get that from me. I ain't gotta make up nothing. I got the proof. I can show it to you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a shame that that's how the world has
Oh,
gotten.
yeah.
But I truly do. I mean, it's like my kids. To them, it's a joke now. Oh, I'm sure Mama got that documented. I'm like, yes.
But they'll appreciate
yes,
it. Yeah.
yes. And
it'll live on. I mean,
it will.
Yeah.
And my grandkids will know it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm doing a project on my own family. I'm kind of writing a quasi book, and I have discovered things about them I never knew, and no one ever told me. I had to go through all this crap to find out about all these things that they did, and so I don't want that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody in my family decides that they want to know about what their ancestors did, I'm not gonna make it hard for them.
Yeah.
You know, our community does not have high self-esteem because we don't think we have a value.
Right.
But once you start looking up your ancestors to see what they've done and the things that they have brought to fruition, your self-esteem is going to go through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I would advise anybody black to do that. Any and everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Feel good about it.
Well, I'm going to take your words because I have always thought differently. But I will take your words to heart.
Well, do that,
Yeah,
and also
I will.
begin taking care of your own legacy, because ain't nobody else going to do it, because
Yeah.
they're trying to take care of their own.
Yeah.
So you know, keep your stuff, because you know, who's going to tell your story but you?
Right.
Who?
Yeah.
No one, right?
You're right.
And especially accurately.
You're right.
They might put some O's and X's on it, and some lies on it,
Yeah.
but you want the story told right.
Oh yeah.
Particularly if you're an innovative person, and you are.
Well, I appreciate that.
And plus, we had fun too.
Yeah. The turn up is real. So you're getting ready for your annual
Yes.
48-hour round-the-clock radiothon.
Yes.
And you do that yearly.
Yes.
Well, annually.
This is our 12th.
The 12th.
This is our 12th year.
12th year.
Yeah.
So it happens second week of October.
Always the first full weekend.
First full weekend of October
right.
every year.
Okay. Because sometimes October starts on a Sunday or Saturday, but we always do Friday through.
Okay.
And that sometimes gives us extra couple of days if we need it. But our drive is it's the life's blood of the station. And what I call it is where the community gathers to support WFSK. So it's almost like a giant slumber party open house, because you know we're here. We don't go anywhere. All our meals functions are up here. We have all our meals donated, catered by area restaurants that donate all the food. We leave nothing here. We have people that come from television media, recording industry, business people, elected officials, alumni, the business community, from students, retirees, listeners, recording artists themselves come, or people that are in the entertainment industry, any and everybody that participates or listens to or loves the station.
So they can listen online. They
Yes.
can listen, of course, in Nashville.
Yes.
And
They can
donate,
give on
they can-
by any means necessary.
Okay. Okay.
Online, they can listen online. We stream at WFSKFM.org. They can call us at 615-329-8754 or 615-329-8810. We have people who will be in our phone bank room answering phones. There are volunteers.
Okay.
We have our volunteers that are in our accounts receivable. We have volunteers that take care of our green room, so all of our food and hospitality needs are met. We have our on-air segments that we do, and people come into our newly decorated studios, and they come and they're on the air with us, and they talk about why it's important to support the station. And we're getting interviews and love from all over the country. I know one year at a radiothon, we got a call from the late Donna Summer.
Oh, wow.
Her husband, they lived here, they had a house.
Okay.
Yeah. And her husband, I had interviewed him before, and he was excited about it. And I said, could you please ask your wife if she could call us during the fundraiser? And he's like, oh, okay. I said, please. And so he did. And they were in LA, and she called us. They were driving down the street. Sharon Kay, this time of summer, we got it recorded in here somewhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh Lord, you were so good to me. I cannot believe this. So I mean, you know, that's the kind of level
Yeah.
of love, and these people that understand that, you know, this station is significant. You know, it is. And this is Nashville's jazz station, and to me, that's worth everybody cherishing it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we're African American Public Radio. We're not shamed. We talk about issues here in black and white. We ain't embarrassed, we ain't shamed. And we're educational. I mean, what a great combination.
Oh yeah.
You know,
It covers everything.
we educate ourselves.
Yeah.
We're not ignorant. We're not shuffling around. We're not doing dumb stuff. You know, we're not have our pants don't drag down. We're not, you know, ghetto. You know, we have jobs. You know, we actually do care about our education system. We do care about parenting. We do care about violence. We do care about employment. We do care about the economy. We care about culture. I mean, this is a different side that's not projected of our community. And our audience is 40% white and 60% black. What an amazing audience.
Yeah.
That's not amazing?
Yeah.
Now, you cannot tell me that's not good PR.
Oh yeah.
Okay. When I say
It
that,
is a testament to you
Well,
and your leadership.
I just have a good time, you know. I just gotta have a little fun, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what the Radiothon represents. Is, you know, the community sees where their dollars went. Without them, we would not even be on the air.
Mm-hmm.
Be honest. Okay. Station is self-sustaining.
So make sure that you donate to the Radio Fund.
And do it more than once.
through 8.
Do it twice.
Do it 5 times. Make sure you check out the radio station online. If you're in Nashville, make sure you check it out on the dial. And Sharon, I'm looking forward to kicking it with you again.
Girl, yes.
At the,
Are we going to see you at the Music City Jazz Festival?
That's the plan.
Okay.
So shout out to Somerset Jazz, Marvin, Tyrone. And,
We shall see you. 'Cause we're gonna have a funky good time. Oh yeah.